Hi, my name is Alicia and welcome to my Lightroom workflow demonstration. Okay, let's get started and we're going to take a look at my folder structure. So as you can see, I keep all of my images under Pictures here in my main menu and Finder, and over here I have the breakdown of my parent folders. First, we can take a look at my Lightroom catalogs folder. So I have my 3 Lightroom catalogs that I'm currently working out of. For school, we have my school catalog. Below is my personal catalog, so I keep not only personal photos, but as well as my professional folders. And for exercises within digital imaging class, I have my exercise files catalog. Back over to this green one here, we have my work in progress file. I refer to it as Alicia's WIP. In here, I have a couple more parent folders. So we've got my client photos, my personal photos, and my school photos. For the purposes of this video tutorial, I'll just stick with my school photos to keep it nice and easy. Inside this folder, you have my school raw backup. This is where I keep backups of all my NEF files as I convert them to DNG when I import into Lightroom. These stay in here just to be safe. And below that, we have everything broken down by semester. Within semesters, my file naming convention is based on just a sequence number, and then it goes by which assignment I am working on. So if we pop over here, we can take a look at, I have my depth of field assignment, and under here are all the images that I shot for this assignment. Basic naming convention keeps everything nice, clean, and simple. Goes by last name, first initial, which assignment, my course code, and then it also has a sequence number as well. It makes it really easy to search and nice and clean to hand in for any assignments. Alright, let's take a second. We're going to jump back over to my top parent folder section. You can see I've got my WIP, I've got my Lightroom catalogs, and up here at the top is Alicia's archive. If you notice, it's not actually a folder like the rest, it's actually a network share. So what I've done is I've completely mirrored my WIP folder into this archive section, and this is a strategy that I've created for as I run out of space here on my actual computer. So this archive is a network share to my home server. It's 6 terabytes and we keep it here at home as a media server. And what I do is as I need to make room, if I'm done working with files in my WIP folder, I'll move it into my archive. You can see again, it is a mirror, so we've got my client photos, my Lightroom backups, I have my personal photos archive, and of course my school photos, naturally highlighted in green. Click on here, you can see I've got my raw backup archive and I have my semester 1 archive. Click on semester 1, there's nothing in there. That's simply because we're only a few weeks into school and I haven't need to clear up space, and a lot of my images are still very current in my assignments. Now, my raw photos, on the other hand, they've been moved over regularly because I don't need to keep my NEF files directly on my hard drive here. They fill up way too fast. Now if you think, all of my images are connected in Lightroom in my catalogs to my WIP folder. So once I move them over into my archive, they go missing in Lightroom. Really easy fix. All I have to do is relocate my files within Lightroom and the catalog redirects to my archive. During my import process, because I'm using the Smart Preview, my files are always accessible. So if for some reason I need to use my files while I'm away from home and don't have direct access to my home server, I have the Smart Previews and I can alter those images if I need it all. Moving right along, let's jump over into Lightroom. Earlier today I went out and did a series of images for an upcoming assignment in our history class. I've got them on my SD card in my computer and I'm just going to click the import button here on the bottom left. As you can see, all my images from today's shoot at the cave is open and ready to go. For the sake of time, I'm just going to uncheck them and I'm going to select just a couple here to take a look at. On my right, you can see my file handling starting as I import these photos. I am importing them as DNG files, they're non-proprietary, and I'm building one-to-one previews. I've got the Smart Preview so I can access them at any time. I'm not going to import any suspected duplicates, and I'm going to make a copy of my NEF, which is my raw files, into my backup, which we went over earlier. Down below is my renaming, so I have my handy school preset is in here all ready to go, and I'm just going to fill in the blanks. So I'm going to start with my shoot name, which is exactly which assignment that I went for, so I'm going to do nature underscore history. My custom text is for which class it's for, so even though I put history, I'm going to do an HP for history of photography. I have my sequence number, it's starting at 1, and you can see here everything went in, it's good to go. Down below, apply during import, it's my metadata, so I already have my copyright preset already done, and that's going to be applied to every single one of the photos that I import. And very important for all my searching, later on I'm going to enter in some keywords. So for this one, I'm going to put in assignment, I'm going to put in history, that's the class, and I'm also going to put in nature for which photos I shot. I'm going to continue to scroll down, and we have to put this in a folder. I've actually already set up a folder for this. It's right here. It's nature history. It's my number 8 assignment. I'm going to click there, and this is where all of my files are going to be imported. This is pretty much as easy as it gets when it comes to importing. Almost everything is already done, and all I have to do is click import. Now that we have our 2 images imported into Lightroom, it's time to get started on some rating. So before we get clicking, I'm just going to jump over here where I have a breakdown of my flagging and rating systems. So up top, we have the flag. So no flag is okay to keep in a catalog, white flag is a good photo, and down below is a black flag, and it's no good. It's going to be moved to trash. My rating systems, I work on a 1, 3, and 5 star scale. So we've got 1 star is satisfactory, 3 is good, and 5 star is a great photo. Down below is the subjects that I'm shooting, so I've got red for portrait, then nature follows, action, scenic, and commercial. So back into Lightroom, we can take a look at our 2 photos here. Let's blow them up. We can take a look at how I shot them, what I used, everything's all good, we'll get rid of that. So this one's alright. That one's okay too. I think what I'm going to do though is I'm going to make this one a pick, so I just press P for pick, and over here I don't like this one, so I'm going to reject it. I'm going to click X as my shortcut. Back to one that I like. I'm going to make it, it's a good photo, so we'll put a 3-star rating on this, and it is a nature shot, so I'm also going to put the yellow on it. Now, we had already done our keywords over here. So we see we've got assignment, history, and nature. That's going to help with my smart collection sets that are over here on the left. So what we can do is we can jump down into one of my smart collection sets, and we've got the school assignments. The rules based on this one is it has to be a pick flag, and all of my picks are in here so we can see a whole bunch of shots that I've taken. And if we scroll all the way down, we have the photo that we just chose. We put a pick flag on it. Assignment is sending it over here because it's a school assignment as well. A little bit higher up, I've got my pick reviews collection set, so I can look at anything that has 5 stars on it. I can also look at just my pick flags. And then down here are my rejects. So anything that I didn't like, I've put a black flag on. And like we had rejected one photo from my cave shoot, it's right here and I can find it. As this builds up, if I want to get rid of any of my rejects, I can just directly move this to the trash. So really nice and simple, easy to find any photo that I need at any time. Okay, it's time to wrap up this video. Let's just jump up here and we'll take a look at my backup system. So files are imported into Lightroom and they are put into the working folder, which is my WIP folder, and of course I have my catalog folders. Every 15 minutes all of my images are backed up to the cloud in a system called CrashPlan. Back down here you can see I use Time Machine to go to my time capsule, which is also my home server, that 6 terabyte server that I have here. My archive files, we saw that folder system earlier, is also being backed up daily, and I have my Lightroom catalogs are being backed up daily. That happens as soon as I close Lightroom. Even though I've got everything on this big server through my Time Machine program, it gets archived and it also goes to the cloud. So I've got a really good, safe backup system for all of my images and I'm not going to lose them. If you want to take a look, we pop up here, we can take a peek, and my last backup through my time capsule was run at 10:17 p.m. this evening, and over here we have my crash plan. So my next backup is going to run in 13 minutes. I just had one done. That's just about it for my workflow video. Thanks for watching.